Love to travel but hate the stress of planning and logistics? I'm here to help you navigate your adventures. Hello, and welcome to my channel, Travel Guide by Jasmine. My name is Jasmine, the course creator of all things travel. And in today's course, we will discuss solo travel versus group travel. So, in this course, I'm going to give you the positives and negatives and solution. So, first, we'll go over solo travel, the positives, negatives, and solutions, and the same for group travel. So the first section we'll go over, we won't read every single item, but for solo travel pros, you have complete freedom. So you can create your own itinerary, change plans spontaneously, and follow your own interests. Self-discovery, it encourages personal growth, independence, and resilience. Improves social skills, it forces you to interact with locals and fellow travelers, and building confidence and communication skills. And the rest of these you can actually read on your own. The link to the course is available in the description box below. Next, we'll go to solo travel cons. Now, for one, safety concerns. Solo travelers can be more vulnerable to crime, scams, or medical emergencies. Loneliness. Extended periods of solitude can lead to feeling isolated. Lack of shared memories. No one to share experiences or reminisce about the journey. Higher costs. No one to split accommodation, transportation, or food costs with. Increased planning stress. All logistics and decision making falls solely on you. Self-reliance pressure. Must handle emergencies, language barriers, and navigation on your own. Limited photos and videos. Capturing quality photos of yourself can be challenging. Social stigma. Some cultures may look down upon solo female travelers or solo travel in general. Lack of motivation. It can be easy to skip activities if you don't have someone to push you. And security concerns. You have to be extra vigilant about your belongings and personal safety. So now we're going to go to what's important, which is the solo solutions. Now for safety concerns, you can research the country using travel.state.gov, Travel Safe Abroad, Travel Risk Map, and UK Travel Advice. Loneliness. Whenever you travel solo, you won't be in your room or hostel by yourself the whole time. You want to get out and do things. For that, I do suggest Get Your Guide, Viator, or Airbnb experiences. Now, just a FYI, none of these links, these companies are sponsoring this video. I do prefer Get Your Guide. I have used both Get Your Guide and Viator. I do also suggest you get the app for these experiences. The Get Your Guide and Viator have very similar experiences. And if you are to use these experiences, make sure you have the app on the phone. And many times the tour guides will ask to see confirmation of your purchase. And sometimes they'll also even look at the confirmation of your purchase, and there's a little barcode at the very bottom. They'll actually scan that. Lack of shared memories. Now you have two options here. You either go alone and enjoy your experience, or just don't go and regret not going on that trip. Higher costs. That's where hostel world comes in. Now, instead of renting a whole hotel room or entire Airbnb or Vrbo, a hostel is basically like a dorm or a barrack. So let's say the barracks or the dorm room has 4 beds in it or 6 or more. You rent a bed, and the bed also has a assigned locker. Either it's on the wall or under the bed. And whenever you do rent a hostel, you can choose between either a all ladies dorm or ladies room or all males room for just the guys, or both men and women in one dorm room. And make sure whenever you are traveling, the places you are traveling to has either excellent public transportation or ride shares, just in case you do end up going somewhere and getting lost. You can actually get an Uber or Lyft or BlaBlaCar car, etc. back to your hotel room. Increase planning stress. That's where you can ask ChatGPT for help. You can hire a travel agent. There are plenty out there. Or you can buy an itinerary. So, for example, I have bought itineraries from Passport Abuser, and they're very helpful. Self-reliance pressure. So let's say you're going somewhere that doesn't speak your language. That's where Google Translate comes in. You also can go to travel.state.gov for safety concerns up here, as well as information regarding any safety procedures in that location. You can, for maps, you can go to Google Maps, Waze, City Mapper, Maps.me. I think it's pronounced Sijik, and then Here We Go. And these sites also include apps you can just add to your phone. Limited photos and videos. That's why you either buy a tripod, a selfie stick. You can also go to Airbnb Experiences and set up a photo shoot. And there's a website called Flytographer that also offers photo shoots. Social stigma. My suggestion is don't worry about people you don't know and will never see again. Lack of motivation. Remember, this is your time and your choice. It's okay to do it all or do nothing. And security concerns. Just like safety concerns up above, up here, just go to travel.state.gov. You can go to travel safe abroad, so on and so forth, and also research on YouTube. So next we'll discuss is group travel pros. Now I won't go over every single item here, but with the pros for traveling in groups is of course safety in numbers. Traveling with others provides more security and peace of mind. Shared costs, splitting expenses makes accommodations, taxis, and meals more affordable. And built-in companionship. You have people to share experiences, meals, and moments with. Now I'm going to skip over all this information here. You can actually read in your own. We're going to go to group travel cons. And we'll go over each one. Limited flexibility. You must consider everyone's preferences, schedules, and interests. Potential conflicts. Clashing personalities, arguments, and disagreements can occur. Compromise itineraries. Activities and destinations may be chosen to accommodate the group, but not individual interests. Reduce authenticity. Groups tend to attract attention, making genuine local interactions more difficult. Slower decision making. It takes longer to make plans or change course when traveling with others. Pressure to conform. You might feel pressure to participate in activities you aren't interested in. Lack of privacy. Constant companionship can feel overwhelming and draining. Group dynamics. Tension or awkwardness can dampen the experience. Difficulty splitting costs. Handling finances can be tricky if people have different budgets. And dependency issues. You may rely on others too much, or this can be vice versa, reducing your personal growth and independence. So what's important is the group guidance. So for limited flexibility, I would suggest to co-plan different activities as a group and solo so that everyone has many options. Potential conflicts. You want to set boundaries regarding sleeping and eating arrangements, TV time, night lights, timeliness. Will the group be joined at the hip or will each individual have autonomy? Compromise itineraries. You want to set boundaries that include group activities and individual activities, such as you don't want the group to be joined to the hip the entire time of the trip. You still want to have group activities as well as individual activities where people can go on their own business, about their own way, and enjoy their own activities. Reduced authenticity. So when you're traveling in a group, you're kind of in a bubble. It's okay to allow others in the group to join. The more, the merrier. Slower decision making. Now for this one, I typed up C, limited flexibility, which is the very first one. And for the slower decision making, the more options you have for activities, this gives everyone freedom of choices without the obligation of the entire group of all having to attend the same activity. So for example, let's say there's an activity that's more laid back, like a museum, and that's more time consuming because it's basically, some people look at a museum and maybe in there within an hour, in and out, and others may be in a museum 3 or more hours, depending on the size of the museum. So you want to have activities that will give people options of if they want to be in a location and during an activity for such a long period of time or a short period of time. Let's see. Next is pressure to conform. That's why you want to have multiple activities, but also the option of either joining activity towards the beginning or the end. So let's say there's activity that you don't want to join part of, and you can basically compromise saying, I don't want to be there for the entire activity, but I'll be there towards the end just to be a support. Lack of privacy. Now, for this one, is very a touchy subject. You want to stay calm, take a restroom break. This will give you some privacy time from the person or group. Also include the groups that also include designated times when people can branch off and pursue their own activities. Group dynamics. You want to have a plan B, C, and D to maintain your sanity and create space. Difficulty splitting costs. Now, for this one, I suggest that persons who are all going on the trip together have similar plans for spending and similar tax brackets, because you don't want to go on a trip with someone who is the significant other Social Security program where they're looking for someone to always pitch in so they can pitch out less. Those persons who are very, very frugal with their money are very hard to travel with. And then dependency issues. Now, don't confuse dependency with people pleasing. Your time and money spent is equally as important. Be mindful of your own goals of the vacation. Your own experience is just as important as everyone else's. And also, you want to have two final plans. You want to have an exit plan and an endure plan. And the exit plan is if things go left. You want to have a list of backup hotels, transportation, and emergency money for immediate evacuation. Now, I'm not mentioning you're evacuating and just returning back home. Let's say things get hostile in the group, or things get a little hostile in your accommodations, and you don't want to stay sharing a room with this person. Let's say you cannot switch rooms, or let's say the hotel is fully booked. You want to make sure you have a backup list of other hotels and extra money to where you can go stay somewhere else. And the endure plan. Now, let go of the perfect vacation. Focus on what you can control. Create a list of how you would repeat the vacation and make plans for a do-over or plan your next vacation. This has happened to me where I couldn't exit the vacation. So what I did instead is the little notepad that's left by the hotel and the ink pen, I kind of wrote down basically what my plans were for my next vacation, which was going to be solo, because I had a really bad experience with this group vacation, and what I would have changed next and what I wanted to do next. So even though I couldn't exit this vacation with the group, I still could focus on what I could change and basically change my mindset to where what I was going to focus on for my next go around, for my next vacation. And also, the course will have a couple of tips on how you can maneuver your vacation. So let's say you're having issues with getting some quality time to yourself and you want solo exploration. You can fake a work obligation, accommodation change, and you can read all of this information on your own. And there we are. I hope you enjoyed the course, and if you did, please like and subscribe. Also, the link to this free course is available in the description box below, and don't forget to add your 2 cents and comments.